everybody? I'm back. It's me, resident supervillain, Mr. J. Washington, and I'm here with my review for Season 2, Episode 9 of Titans on the DC Universe. And if you have not seen this episode yet, please come on back because there will be spoilers. I'm doing this shit by myself, as you can see. There's no Winston here. Why? Because Winston's moving. No, Winston's not moving out of state or city away from me. Winston's moving from one home to another. And so because he's been busy moving, and by the time we normally record this, I was filming 2 commercials, we didn't have time to do this together. So I had to drop the episode by myself. But I wanted to make sure nonetheless, I dropped the episode for y'all. This is going to be difficult again. Y'all know I got used to doing these episodes with Winston. So like when I have to do them by myself, it's weird as shit because I want to look over and like say something, but like there's nobody to say nothing to. And if I do that, then y'all like, Jay got issues he needs to really deal with within himself. And like, I don't need to be judged on YouTube. There's already too much of that happening. But the fact that the way this kicks off is we see, you know, Dick basically telling all the Titans who considered are the Titans about why Jericho's dead and like how like he wasn't dead, and everybody basically was like, fuck you. And of course, Hank did what Hank does, and that's still off Dick. And yeah, I'm gonna stop saying Dick, because every time you say Dick, it just sounds weird, because it never come out in the right. Every time you say Dick, it never come out right. Every time you say that dude's name, it never falls in the right situation. So when he steals on Grayson, you know what I'm saying, everybody leaves. You get Wonder Girl who's deciding to go somewhere with Rachel. You get Hank and Dawn deciding to leave. Starfire like, I got some other business to attend to. Rose is like, go to hell. Her and Jason dipping off. Here's the thing I noticed. So clearly everybody that left Titan's Tower got in the same Uber, which is the exact same car, which were all self-driving, I'm assuming. Because like some of the conversations, like if you hear Wonder Girl and Rachel have a conversation like, yo, he basically got them killed and blah, blah, blah. And when I'm an Uber driver, I'm turned around like, the fuck are y'all talking about? Instant 1 star. But you see all that, then you see everybody go their separate ways. You see Rachel decides to leave off from Wonder Girl because she's like, yo, you even lied to me. You knew what was going on and you didn't tell me. But one of the interesting parts is you see that Hank and Dawn go to Wyoming. I mean, where else are 2 young 30-something white people going to go when they want to escape the world? Wyoming. And when they go there, you know, they're trying to get their life back together. They go do karaoke and all this stuff. And this crazy is the crazy. Like, yo, when you want to get somebody to portray a person who's going to be a stalker and potentially going to be a somewhat of an antagonist to somebody type of person, the woman they got to play to be Ellis's sister in this episode was the perfect person. Because she, first of all, she walked up on him. I was like, yo, she finna try to have a random threesome in the parking lot on their truck. But then she was like, yeah, I thought you could change your names. We know who you are. Like, she had this Children of the Corn sounding voice. But the fact that she's Ellis's sister, and she basically told him, like, we gonna get you. You just don't know when and where. That is terrifying, especially when you're a couple of superheroes that aren't super at the moment, just trying to live a regular life, and you can't seem to escape your demons. The fact that Gar is responsible for watching Connor, and I was really expecting when he was like, when they were telling us how he's going to be watching them and, you know, Gar has a tower, everything. It's going to be several days, like almost weeks. It gets to 4 days so Gar starts losing his mind. That quick? 4 days and not doing nothing now. All of a sudden, all work, no play, make Gar a dull boy like The Shining in 4 days? Now, I get it. If you're consistently busy and doing stuff and moving around, then having to be stagnant and only do 1 or 2 things will make you go crazy. But they made it seem like in 48 hours, he was doing the most. Connor was in a coma. And that was it. Till he got up. And then Gar just started taking him out. And the fact that Gar started teaching him how to play video games. Of course, you're a kid like Gar. You teach him how to play video games. And you take him out in the streets. And that's where things go crazy. We'll talk about it a little bit later. But also, when he has him out, Gar tells Connor one of the things he can do is turn into a tiger. Bruh, if I'm not mistaken, in the first episode, well, the season finale premiere, or whatever that was at the beginning of this season, you turned into a snake as well, so you can turn into animals. At least 2. I don't know if you want to consider a snake an animal, but, you know, you can turn into a tiger, and God, I wish the budget was more for this so we could see him turn into more than just a tiger. I understand he has to learn to use his abilities, but at this point, with all the training the Titans had been doing, you would think just the fact of fighting, the one thing they would have trained him to do is figure out what else can Gar turn into. I just think that should have been written into the story. Whereas when the Titans leave, he finally knows. He's like, well, yo, I was just learning how to control this. How do I do this? And now he has to figure out on his own. And he turns into some sort of abomination of fucking animals. Like a monkey with eagles and a tail, but ears like a rabbit. Like some weird looking Secret of the Ooze shit. I was hoping for that. You have that. You have Dick trying to figure out, Grayson trying to figure out what he gonna do. And he goes to Jericho's mom to basically apologize for everything. And Jericho's mom was basically like, look, I ain't trying to hear shit you got to say. But when we find out, Slade's in the crib. And again, this is why I've said I like this version of Slade. I haven't said I liked him better. I don't know if I said I liked him better than Manu Bennett's version. But the version I like of this one is the mentally manipulative version. Whereas in Arrow, he was mentally manipulative, but he was so evil and just so deceptive no matter what. But this one, this Slade plays with you with mind games, whereas he's this older man now who just, he basically makes his ex-wife look as if he's done doing what he's done. He's tired. He doesn't want to deal with this until he finally has that snap out moment on Grayson. Because he tells him, like, if you ever put the Titans, you'll just know that the Titans will never be back together because you took my family away from me. Like, you'll never have your family. And so I like how that goes. And, you know, the fact that we always have those moments where the hero and the villain meet outside of the normal constraints of battle, per se. They don't have their uniforms on. They're just two regular people. And somebody's in the middle who can unfortunately be an unfortunate victim in a circumstance of their actions at the moment. So you had that. And I'm cool with that. But I get the fact that Grayson, Robin, Nightwing, the dude, want to run away from everything. Now, this is weird. Maybe it's just me. So, let's just hypothetically say you're a ticket agent at an airport, right? You're working, and some random white dude with some bags is like, yo, I just want a ticket to the first place you can send me. I don't care. Just send me somewhere. I just got to go. Just get me out of here. I'm gone. You don't sit there and look and think for a second. You checking your bags? No, I'm just leaving. You're like, hey, is this dude on the most wanted list? Is this dude a terrorist, a threat? Because he's trying to leave rather quickly. And then the first thing he decides to go to is Greenland. And you're just like, all right, here's a one-way ticket to Greenland. Like, I don't know if that would happen directly like that, but there wouldn't be some questions. Because also, you're going internationally. I mean, granted, yeah, you can buy a ticket and go when you need to go. But it's just like, you randomly pop up at the ticket counter and was like, I ain't got no bags. I just got this little satchel and a messenger bag. I'm just trying to go. And he gets the ticket, and then he's questioning himself whether or not he should leave. And at this time, this is when Gar has Connor in the streets, and he's telling Connor about being a hero and helping people. And the problem with Connor telling Connor these things is that we all know Superboy has the mentality, we found out, of a 2-year-old. So he is learning day by day. He does not fully know. He does not understand. And so he sees this dude getting hemmed up by the police, like dude actually in the wrong. And Superboy thinks that dude is being, violated. It goes and whoops the dog shit out the San Francisco police. And in about time, they finally decide to shoot at him, which I was like, took y'all long enough. You told him to freeze. And he's like, all right, it's a white guy in a polo. He might be having a bad day. I'm just, some people are like, well, you got to bring him one guy in a polo, because that's what he was. But you see the telekinetic thing. I can't remember the exact term it is. I know somebody's going to tell me in the comments. I can't remember the term it is. This is why the bullets deflect off him and don't hit him. Excuse me. But to see that, and then to see him destroy the San Francisco police, and to an extent him looking happy at first because he thinks he's helping, but then that's his dark side, his Luther side coming out. And it's going to be interesting to see how he controls this, because he does even tell Beast Boy, I have an other side to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I have this darker side. And so trying to control his Luther anger and aggression with his Superman abilities are going to be interesting to see. But again, this is episode 9. I believe this only has 16 episodes. And we're building up so much. You even got the fact of Starfire, the interaction with her sister, Blackfire, to be a hologram, who initially takes over Fidei. She takes over her guy that she loves and turns him into like some War of the Worlds type ooze as she takes him over. And there's so much going on. It's like one minute when we get the Titans close to being together, the next minute we break them apart. And I like this show. I like where it's going. I just wonder, do we need to keep them together more? And how does now, because Robin, Nightwing, Dick Grayson, whoever, because he did what he did in at the airport after deciding not to go to Greenland, attacking the cops to get arrested. What happens to lead to him coming back, him having the suit, and the rest of the Titans coming to him? Because at this point, we see them all basically saying, you go to hell, we're all going our separate ways. This is going to be, again, because we only have 7 more episodes. And I hope and pray that with these 7 episodes, we build to something. We don't build to something that cuts us off at the end like season 1 did, because that is starting to be my fear now. I love the episodes. I like the way the story building. I love the world building. I'm fine with it. I just don't want the end of season 2 to be like the end of season 1. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to see all of a sudden like it's about to be a fight and then we stop and that's the season finale. Like all of a sudden you see somebody throw a fist, or all of a sudden he puts the suit on and he's running, or we saw something like the behind the scenes footage in there and he running and then shit's done and you're like, yo, for real? This is what y'all did? For real? But we'll see what happens. But I want to know what you think in the comments below. So like, subscribe, click on the notification bell. Let me know what you are thinking. Are you still rocking with Titans this season? Has it been, back and forth for you? For me, on a scale of 1 to 5 stars, I give it a 4.5. You already know, I'm liking this. 4.5 stars, all right? So let me know what you think. Follow me on Twitter and Instagram at Mr. J Washington. MRJAY, you should know how to spell Washington. He ain't here, but I'll tell you. Follow Winston A. Marshall at the Swaggy Blerd. THESWAGGYBLERD. Follow him. Tweet him, tell him, Jay said, why your punk ass couldn't be here, you had to move. You got dreads and you sound proper, you could hire people. I don't know what those have to do with each other, but I felt like I should just say that. Make sure you join the Supervillain Squad on Patreon, patreon.com/Mr. J Washington. Also, check out the Mad Titan podcast so I get you caught up on everything that's happening in the Marvel and DC live action cinematic universe. Thank you to everyone who's been rocking with me. Thank you for everyone who has been standing by me and understanding that I'm between doing reviews here, between being on Collider, between being on stage as a stand-up, between being on TV film sets as an actor, between being a security bouncer in nightclubs, all this crazy stuff. Thank you all for being right there with me and let me stay alongside with y'all. I'll holler at y'all later. Till then, take care. I'm out of here. Peace.